On Dirty Laundry, that song is very revealing for you, and you did reveal how you were in a relationship and it was abusive. We don't know the identity of the guy, but have you forgiven him since then?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've spoken since then. So, absolutely.
A 2-decade secret unlocked. Roy Williams, Kelly Rowland, and Dirty Laundry. Former NFL star Roy Williams didn't just deny accusations of hurting Kelly Rowland. He may have accidentally revealed a secret kept sealed for nearly 20 years. In a 2024 interview with Vibe Vixen, Williams revisited the moment he called off their 2005 wedding. He stated, "We didn't know each other well enough." That sounded calm and responsible, right? But for anyone who remembers Kelly Rowland's powerful 2013 single, Dirty Laundry, that statement felt like a match dropped in a gas-filled room. In the song, Kelly sang about more than just heartbreak. She described emotional and physical pain, painting a raw picture of a man who tried to crush her spirit, while the world saw her smiling next to her best friend. For years, the public consensus was that the abusive man in the song was Roy Williams. But now that Williams has come forward to deny everything, the internet is going wild. Every finger is now turning toward one powerful name, Jay-Z.
Itself, I call him the normal, regular guy, the simple guy. He kind of won your heart over. How does that relate to how you are personally as a person, and for a person like that to actually win your heart over?
All it takes is a conversation, which is exactly the way that love began in the movie.
Jay-Z Under Siege, a timeline of legal crises. The timing for Jay-Z couldn't have been worse. Everything began crashing down at once. In 2023, Kelly Rowland dropped a bombshell in an interview, stating her abuser was still a powerful figure in the music industry. She never named him, but fans quickly connected the dots. By early 2025, Jay-Z's name was more than a whisper. It was stamped all over 2 massive lawsuits that sent shockwaves through Hollywood, forcing his legal team into unprecedented action. The first suit came from a woman who accused Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of assaulting her when she was only 13 in the year 2000. The claims were disturbing and the complaint graphic. For a moment, it felt as though one of music's biggest legends might finally be forced to face his past. Then, just as suddenly, the woman dropped the lawsuit, calling it a money grab. Before the retraction, however, Jay-Z's lawyers fought aggressively to get the case dismissed, arguing that her story was inconsistent. Weeks later, a second lawsuit exploded. A man named Joseph Monero claimed he was taken to a secret freak-off event in Miami in 2015, and he named Jay-Z and Beyoncé as attendees. The accusation hit national headlines, then vanished into thin air. By mid-April, Monero quietly removed the Carters' names from his filing after Jay-Z's legal team proved both stars were hundreds of miles away that weekend, one giving a talk at NYU, the other relaxing in Hawaii. 2 lawsuits, 2 clean retractions, but both cases shared a common thread. Jay-Z's team didn't just defend him, they erased him. That pattern of swift denial, legal domination, and total disappearance has become the Carter Empire's signature move. Experts in entertainment law note that Jay-Z's powerhouse attorney, Alex Spiro, is famous for his scorched earth tactics, shutting down entire stories before they can even gain traction. So when Roy Williams cleared his name, the silence from the Carters suddenly felt deafening. While those lawsuits died in court, a different kind of evidence, emotional, behavioral, and visual, began resurfacing online. Fans started connecting dots, revisiting old interviews, and catching details most people had missed. Something didn't add up, and the internet was determined to figure out what Jay-Z was really hiding.
Those stories for years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that people wanted those stories for years, and that's just so sad on them because it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. And I just think it's so sad that we live in a world where people don't want to see women get along and encourage and empower each other. And that's what we do for each other.
The red carpet confrontation. At the 2021 premiere of The Harder They Fall, a Netflix film Jay-Z produced, cameras captured a stunning moment. On the red carpet, Jay-Z suddenly turned, froze, and locked eyes with Kelly Rowland. The short clip instantly went viral because his face spoke volumes before he said a word. Shock, confusion, maybe even guilt. He quickly masked it, smiled, hugged her, and then uttered the words that sent the internet into chaos. "I didn't even know you were here." Was that a genuine expression of surprise or a guilty slip? The internet immediately went to war over the clip. Some argued it was a harmless, polite reaction, but others saw something far deeper. The look of a powerful man caught completely off guard by the one person who still knew his truth. The question of shame. That red carpet encounter might have been forgotten, had it not been for Kelly's comments just months before. In an interview with Cosmopolitan UK, Kelly had called her cancelled wedding to Roy Williams embarrassing. She explained that she was too young and too naive, and that facing the public after the split was humiliating. But fans couldn't stop questioning her word choice. Why use embarrassing? Not painful, not sad, but embarrassing. Now, a growing number of people are convinced the shame she mentioned wasn't about Roy Williams at all. It was about what happened after him. If Roy wasn't the man behind the claims in Dirty Laundry, then who was? Someone powerful. Someone with the reach to twist headlines, bury stories, and make entire lawsuits vanish like smoke.
And it was pretty much said, like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He come into the black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story is up that they don't like.
At the same time, whispers about Jay-Z's quiet grip on the media started growing louder. In late 2024, gossip blogger Jason Lee dropped a bomb on his podcast, claiming Jay-Z and Beyoncé's team had been constantly calling him about the growing Diddy scandal. Lee even challenged them, saying, "You can call me yourself, because this right here is going to go viral." A warning and a quick apology. Things quickly grew tense. Jason later warned that if he suddenly went missing, people should remember who had been contacting him. While he clarified it wasn't a threat, everyone heard the pressure in his voice. It sounded like he knew he was stepping on dangerous ground. The pressure wasn't limited to Lee. Around the same time, media host Piers Morgan admitted that Jay-Z's attorney had demanded edits to his interview with singer Jaguar Wright after she made disturbing claims about the Carters. Morgan quickly apologized on air, calling those statements totally false. However, the speed of that apology only intensified fan suspicion. What exactly were Jay-Z and Beyoncé trying so hard to hide? Kelly Rowland's unwavering loyalty. Against all that chaos, Kelly Rowland's loyalty to Jay-Z began to look unusual. In early 2024, she gushed over his Grammy speech, calling him one of the greatest men I know. For years, she has publicly defended him, calling him her big bro, even as fans dissected her old lyrics for clues about their relationship. However, insiders who were around during Destiny's Child's rise say the connection between Kelly and Jay-Z ran deeper than anyone knew. He wasn't just a mentor, he was always there during studio sessions, tour stops, and promo shoots. While the girls were barely out of their teens, Jay-Z was already a powerful businessman nearing 30. That kind of age and influence created a serious power imbalance. And now fans are starting to wonder what was truly going on behind the scenes.
Okay, no, I mean, with this record, I did want to be more honest when it came to relationships and my take and my perspective on relationships. That sounds like something else and not something vibrant.
When the song Dirty Laundry dropped in 2013, Kelly painted a chilling picture of being isolated, controlled, and watched by a partner who dictated her every move. She sang that he made her feel invisible next to her best friend's fame. Fans immediately noticed how this narrative seemed to mirror her real life far more than her brief romance with Roy Williams. Williams lived quietly in Texas, whereas Jay-Z held the keys to Kelly's entire career. Her label ties, press access, and producer lineup were all controlled from New York. Furthermore, Kelly later hinted that her abuser was still a powerful force in the industry. Given his lack of industry influence, Roy Williams simply didn't fit that description.
Oh, no, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
We can't overlook the timing of Kelly's emotional breakdowns. Just months after Dirty Laundry dropped in 2013, she was photographed crying after a private dinner with Beyoncé and Jay-Z. No explanation was given, but the viral photos had everyone talking. Some initially suggested it was joy, but looking back now, many suspect it was something else entirely, perhaps a confrontation or a difficult moment of closure between three people with a tangled past. Jay-Z's paternity claims and troubling parallels. At the same time, Jay-Z's public image was already cracking under new pressure. The long-running paternity claims from Rymir Satterthwaite, who insists Jay-Z fathered him in the early 90s, have never gone away. Jay-Z's team calls it a harassment campaign. Yet Rymir's side maintains that all it would take is one simple DNA test. The twist is that Rymir's late mother was reportedly just 16 when she met Jay-Z. This presents yet another troubling age gap and another legal attempt to dodge a clear answer. When this situation is lined up with the whispers surrounding Kelly, those parallels start looking way too close for comfort.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
Inside the industry, the whispers are getting louder about the extent of Jay-Z's team's control over the media. Publicists claim that news outlets have quietly scrapped stories about his past after receiving calls from Roc Nation representatives. One journalist even revealed that editors refer to him as radioactive, a name signifying a power so great that challenging it could cost them access to half the entertainment world. This atmosphere of fear makes Kelly's silence feel less like loyalty and more like survival. She has seen what happens when someone dares to challenge that system. It never ends well. Early tours and troubling parallels. When tracing events back to Destiny's Child's early tours, the picture darkens. Matthew Knowles once admitted that 2 older male performers were kicked off a joint tour for inappropriate behavior toward the girls. If such incidents were happening right under their noses, who knows what else was swept aside? Not long after, Jay-Z entered that same inner circle, working closely with Beyoncé and remaining tightly connected to Kelly. If this pattern truly continued, then Dirty Laundry wasn't just a song, it was a warning hiding in plain sight. The Roy Williams denial. By the time Roy Williams came forward to deny ever abusing Kelly, she had already rebuilt her image as a respected actress and mentor, shining in films and talent shows. She had every reason to keep that dark chapter buried. However, Williams's calm denial cracked the case wide open again. His claim that he ended their relationship due to maturity, not conflict, completely clashed with the deep pain and fear Kelly poured into her lyrics. Suddenly, fans were replaying every verse and every tearful interview, realizing they might have missed something huge. All the clues keep circling back to one name, the man whose power still runs deep through the music world.
I mean, why waste my time?
And sometimes you respond to something that brings way more attention to it, too.
That too, and it's just, it goes into another space, and then you just like, are y'all not listening to me?
Jay-Z has never spoken a single word about the rumors linking him to Kelly Rowland's dirty laundry. Whenever asked, his team either stays silent or issues short, vague denials through unnamed sources. However, his actions, quick lawsuits, media takedowns, and tightly managed appearances show a clear pattern of control. Every time a new claim pops up, it seems to disappear within days. Every time someone names him, their post vanishes or their platform suddenly goes quiet. To many, this doesn't look like coincidence. It looks like coordination. A tense body language. Even tiny moments seem suspicious in retrospect. During Beyoncé's Renaissance celebrations, Kelly showed up at several events but carefully dodged any joint moments with Jay-Z. At one premiere, cameras caught her standing several feet away until photographers moved her closer. She smiled, but her body looked tense. Fans noticed instantly. Some saw nerves, others saw strategy. Because when the man at the center of every whisper controls the story, even silence begins to look like proof. As of mid-2025, neither Kelly, Roy Williams, nor Jay-Z has said a word to clear things up, but the internet won't let it rest. Forums keep digging through old clips, body language experts break down every glance, and anonymous insiders tease that more truth bombs are coming. Some insiders even hint that the upcoming 2025 trials tied to Diddy's alleged network could name other big industry figures, and fans are left wondering if Jay-Z's name might surface next. Foxy Brown and a documented history. Whether his name surfaces or not, people can feel the tension rising. Jay-Z's history with young women isn't just internet gossip, it's documented. In late 2024, rapper Foxy Brown fiercely responded to social media rumors that she had signed an NDA about her past with Jay-Z. Her response was explosive. She wrote, "Ain't no MF alive could stop my story." She wasn't hiding behind code. She was reminding the world that she met Jay-Z as a teenager, barely 16, when they recorded their iconic 1,996 track together. The chemistry was obvious, the lyrics flirtatious, and insiders swore their bond ran much deeper than music. Then, in 2001, when Nas dropped his legendary diss track, Ether, he didn't just target Jay-Z's ego. He pulled from the whispers everyone in hip-hop already knew, rapping, Heard Foxy got you hot 'cause you kept your face in her. That single bar immediately dragged every old rumor about Jay-Z's private life back into the spotlight.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
Jay-Z's private life continued to haunt his public image. Around the same era, Nas's ex, Carmen Bryan, claimed she had a 5-year affair with Jay-Z that allegedly ended in pregnancy. In a 2017 interview, Carmen revealed she lost the baby but stood firm that the relationship was real. Her story lined up perfectly with Jay-Z's early rise to fame, revealing that behind the polished businessman image was a messy, complicated private world. Carmen wasn't the only one. In 2025, a Maryland woman named Letitia Miser went viral after posting videos claiming she was Jay-Z's daughter. She alleged her family had known for years and that her mother was just 16 when she met him. The resemblance was striking, and the alleged timeline the early 90 seconds before Beyoncé was almost too perfect. The strategy: delay, deflect, outlast. What came next was no surprise. Jay-Z's legal team moved fast. They didn't just reply, they mobilized. When it comes to protecting him, his lawyers don't just fight scandals, they erase them. The best example remains Rymir Satterthwaite, the man who has spent over a decade insisting he is Jay-Z's son and still hasn't gotten that simple DNA test. Court records reveal Jay-Z's lawyers have battled Rymir at every turn, challenging jurisdiction, deadlines, and even arguing the statute of limitations ran out before Rymir was old enough to fight back. Their strategy is pure precision: delay, deflect, outspend, and outlast. Rymir's camp says Jay-Z's team used shady tactics to block a DNA test, while 2024 filings accused them of hiding behind sealed documents and endless technicalities. Every motion and every hearing seemed less about proving innocence and more about draining the other side until they had no fight left. It's not just legal defense, it's legal domination.
I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling.
You have to wonder how far Jay-Z's team would go to block an abuse allegation if they go this hard to shut down a paternity claim. Imagine the effort they'd put in to silence someone still active in the industry, like Kelly Rowland. Back in 2023, Kelly didn't call her alleged abuser famous. She called him powerful. That word choice was a deliberate warning. In this industry, power equals control. Control of the press, the narrative, and who is allowed to be heard. We've already seen Jay-Z's machine operate when that control is threatened. Remember when Piers Morgan had to issue an apology in 2024? This happened after his show aired singer Jaguar Wright's explosive claims about the Carters, in which she accused them of holding people against their will and linked them to Diddy's scandals. Within days, Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, the same man involved in his paternity and assault defenses, stepped in quickly. He demanded the network pull the entire segment. Morgan complied immediately, calling the comments totally false and legally unsafe. The show that branded itself as uncensored ended up censoring itself. That's not a coincidence. That's the coordinated power of influence, fear, and money at work.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them.
Behind closed doors, industry insiders whisper that Alex Spiro has become the most feared name in entertainment law. They call him the ultimate fixer, the man whose phone call can make entire stories vanish overnight. Journalists even quietly admit they've been warned to steer clear of certain topics if they want to maintain access to Roc Nation's artists. The culture of silence. The result of this power is a culture of silence where the truth only leaks out in fragments. So, when Kelly Rowland calls Jay-Z one of the greatest men I know, it's impossible to tell if that's a statement of genuine loyalty or a matter of pure survival. If she ever decided to reveal what truly happened, she would be facing the same legal juggernaut that has made lawsuits disappear as if they never existed. The song Dirty Laundry is more than just music. It's a riddle, half confession, half cry for help. For years, everyone assumed it was about her ex, Roy Williams. But his denial flipped the script, leaving only one person who still fits the puzzle. A powerful mentor from her inner circle who remains untouchable after 2 decades. The pattern of erasure. Every time the theory about Jay-Z gains traction, his team tightens the grip. Posts vanish, footage disappears, and stories are quietly corrected. It's the same pattern we've seen play out for years. Foxy Brown's teenage collaboration is rewritten as simple nostalgia. Carmen Bryan's pregnancy is brushed off as a rumor. Rymir Satterthwaite's paternity case is drowned in legal dust. Letitia Measer's claims quietly fade into the algorithm. Any one of these stories could be written off as a coincidence, but together, they form a pattern that is too sharp to ignore. Through it all, Kelly Rowland's silence stands firm, calm, graceful, and intentional. She has never named her abuser, yet Jay-Z's team has spent all of 2025 making sure no one else dares to, either.